Good evening, everyone. So here we are again, and we have a very special guest today. That's Gunjan. Hi, Gunjan.
Hi.
So I would like to tell something about her. She's a voracious reader, a passionate cook, a happy traveler. I wish you could see her smiling right now. I love her for that. And an ardent gardener. And me and Anand. Anand is here
How are you
right
guys?
with us. And we were very keen to know about Gunjan, how she loves gardening and what interested her to carry on with her passion of gardening.
So Rachita, my mom was always very, very fond of gardening. Like in a flat in Bombay, we had something like 100 pots,
Wow.
which is really difficult in Bombay. The flats are not too big. I did not initially follow in her footsteps. It's only once we got these huge lawns in these government houses. That's
Right.
when my interest got picked and I decided to do as much as I could. I joined the Kitchen Garden of India and they helped me to increase my knowledge of
Okay.
plants because plants are very localized because they depend a lot on the temperature, the weather conditions,
Right.
the dryness of the soil, the richness of the soil. So each area needs a different kind of plant.
So Gunjan, is it a good therapy?
Of course.
Just for our audience.
Of course, anytime you're down, you're sad, just go to your plants, just sit, admire them, talk to them even if you want.
Right.
And within a few minutes, your mood will be uplifted.
So I somehow feel that gardening is about finding the right combination of sunlight, fertile soil, and water to make your plants thrive. But seeing you, talking to
No.
you, it's also about fulfilling your passion. I don't
It
know. Do you
is.
agree with that?
You have to love your plants. A plant which you buy from the nursery and you just keep it in one place,
Right.
maybe water it once in a while, will not do as well as a plant
That's what I
that
thought.
you look at every day, admire every day, just sort of remove the dead leaves, whatever it needs to be done, do to it. It will definitely thrive much more.
We had a walk in your lawn with Anand, and it was so beautiful, and we loved
Thank
taking
you
your
so much.
pictures. I'm sure they feel healthy because of your smile.
Thank you so much.
Your positive attitude. I think that's
Actually, the positive attitude is what do you say, catch-22 situation, where you're happy because you're with your plants,
Right.
and the plants are happy because you are happy with them.
right. That's really nice. So, Gunjan, for our audience, I think they would love to get tips for how to begin gardening.
See, one major factor you have to consider when you're planting anything is the amount of sunlight you get.
Right.
Because there are some plants that need a lot of sunlight, some wither if the sunlight is too strong. So they need to be kept in the shade. So first you have to see, do you get morning sunlight, do you get afternoon sunlight, do you get no strong sunlight.
Okay.
It is only after you see that you take a call on what kind of plant you want.
So, like Gunjan, you told us your mother,
Yeah.
she stays in a flat and
Flat.
she still have 100 pots thriving over there.
Yeah.
Difficult in Mumbai.
Right, that's right.
As
So,
we're talking, it's small houses
And here you have a big
limited
lawn.
sunlight and lot of things. So
Right.
I think you have to select a plant according
I'll tell you
to
a very small example. Like she has pan, the beetle leaf.
okay.
It's growing beautifully in her house, but it will not grow here because it needs a moist environment. It's too dry in Delhi.
Right, so Mumbai is.
Mumbai has a very high moisture level, so it thrives over there. It thrives in Bengal, but Delhi it will not grow at all. So you have to take into consideration what the plant needs. A lot of plants do adapt over the years,
Right.
but that's a very slow process, and you do end up killing a few plants in the process. Not all plants will adapt. I have got some plants from the hills to Delhi, sort of closeted them. When it's too hot, put them in the AC room. When it's cold, put them
Wow.
out and all.
You-
So they have survived, they have adapted. Now I leave them out in the sun also. They're okay because they have adapted over the years.
So you take care of them as your own, children, your
You have
family.
to.
You have to have
You
that
have to.
passion.
And especially now, since it's an empty nest for me,
Right.
they are like my kids.
No, I think everybody doesn't have the same passion as you.
Yeah.
Everybody has a
I
different
have a
passion.
gardener.
You see, everybody
And I
has
have
a
a dog.
different passion.
Like I think you have a passion for cycling.
You have a passion for cycling,
I'm
for
a
photography. He's a photographer.
Musician.
I'm a gardener.
Yeah.
Everybody is different.
But I remember there was this small, like we call it a photo walk. We had a garden walk in a house once over a cup of coffee with me.
Yeah.
And it was really an eye-opener. She gave us really good tips about fertilizers and how to take care of your plants. So that was really nice. And I remember I was making notes. So that was the time I thought we must have her in our podcast and inspire our audience. That's what I actually felt. But right now I love those trumpet flowers.
The
They're so
trumpet
beautifully
flowers.
blossoming. Though I think it's not the season, the
This
right
is the
season.
season.
For the-
We are just starting with the trumpet wine season.
Oh, okay.
So, like in peak winter, it was totally dry. It was brown stems.
Okay.
Now we are getting the green leaves and the
Did you
flowers.
take a picture of that with that?
Yeah.
I think that's really beautiful. With a smile and the trumpet flower. You love it? So then
You know
how do
that bougainvillea
Sorry,
is a very interesting experiment.
Right.
It was initially a huge tree which got struck by lightning. So the tree died, it split into two. And obviously the tree died. And so what we did, we grew 3 creepers on it.
Okay.
The white bougainvillea, the pink bougainvillea,
I
and the
noticed.
pilkin.
Right. I
So
noticed
we
some.
grew these 3. So the original tree trunk is nearly dead. It is these 3 creepers that are growing up on it and thriving.
I noticed. I wasn't sure when I was confused with the different colors, but now, this is the story. Wow. So, ma'am, Gunjan, what do you feel when you do gardening? Like, do you have a feel for the plants? Like, what do you feel?
Yeah, and I get very upset if anybody breaks my flowers or the fruits. I would prefer to just see them on the tree rather than eat them or decorate them in my house. I would rather put the plant per se rather than break the flowers and make a flower
So, we
arrangement.
must keep our hands to ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, my hands-
Please don't break any of my flowers. you
Keep that
you
in
can
mind.
keep your hands on your camera. That's good enough.
That's, because I think the feel in anything you do is very important.
Definitely. You have to have the passion for it. Otherwise, it is going to show in the result. You ask me to take photographs, I'll be zero at it. Obviously, my photographs won't turn out so good.
Have you ever participated in any flower shows? Or
Yeah, I participate in the kitchen garden flower show nearly every year.
Oh, really?
I give my lawn as the competition, and I have been fortunate enough to get the first and the second prize regularly.
Amazing.
And
You deserve it.
even when I got the
way you
second
see
prize,
that.
I was very happy because the first prize went to the Birlas group. So if I'm competing with the Birlas, I'm very happy.
Wow. That's really commendable, yes. So, anything you would like to, any tips for our audience or anything for
See,
green
you know,
fingers,
for
how to bring up-
beginners, I would suggest that you start with the small herbs for your kitchen because they're really easy to grow and it gives you great delight to use those herbs in your cooking.
In your cooking.
Small things like coriander, mint, basil, parsley, these grow very easily. So you can try growing these in your house. Keep them on your kitchen sill, your kitchen windowsill. That will get enough sunlight there, and it won't be too much sunlight also. So keep it in a place where you get a few hours of sunlight, not too much. And a basic thing to remember in gardening is do not overwater.
Okay.
Plants do not like their roots to be wet. There are very few plants which like their roots wet. So if you overwater, they
didn't know
tend to
that.
rot.
I didn't know that.
It's
because I
better
thought-
to err on the side of watering less than to water more.
That's a tip for me also. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because that is a major mistake most people make. You know, you'll buy a plant from the nursery, not realize it doesn't, whether it needs sun, whether you don't normally ask these questions when buying a plant. You find a plant pretty and you pick it up.
Right.
But you have to always find out whether it's an indoor plant, is it an outdoor plant, how much sun does it need, how much water.
That's a good tip.
You know, you ask your.
Like busy in their lives that there must be some plants who need less.
They just want to beautify their house. connect
No,
the
that's
plant,
why
not knowing the.
not so. If you buy things without plants without knowing what they need, they're going to wither away. Then you feel cheated that the nursery guy cheated you and these plants died. But it's actually we are not looking after them properly.
In the end, it's our fault. That
We
are
have
not,
to we have
aware
to
enough to
give them their needs. So whenever you buy a plant, find out from the shopkeeper. Do they need sun? Does it need the shade? How much to water it?
So I think that's a small step to make our audience turn towards the green footprints, and it's very important to take care of our environment. And
Definitely.
it starts from the home. And thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you so
And,
much.
yeah, taking us
Thank
in
you.
such a short notice.
All
And it's lovely to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gunjan.
Thank you, Anand.
Thank you so much.